man, you know what it is, man. It's your boy Good Savage back again for another movie review. You seen the title of the video, M3GAN, or as the Americans like to say, M3GAN. But yeah, man, listen, I done the trailer. You know when I did the trailer for this. I think it was in January or December. I can't believe it took me this long to watch it. I think the grass was that I had it at home and then it was buffering one day when me and my son was gonna watch it. So we just cut it off, and then we forgot to go back and watch it. So we sat down and watched it this weekend, which is yesterday. And yeah, man, plot of the movie. It's the regular plot what you get from these kind of doll slash toy coming alive movies. I'm trying to think if I'm missing out on anything because I don't want to give away stuff from what weren't in the trailer, and the trailer was a while ago. But yeah, it's not really a spoiler. So there's a little girl, parents. Something happens to her parents, and she has to move in with her auntie. Her auntie is a toy engineer and is, you know, an inventor. She works for a big toy company, kind of like Hasbro, and they're in development, and her boss is putting pressure on her and her department to make new toys because they made these Furby things, and another company's made exactly the same for a cheaper price. Tries to give like, yo, I've got a model for this AI bot thing, and it, you know, fails at the beginning, takes it home, puts it together herself, and then we get, you know, a doll what's AI and becomes friends with this little girl. And yeah, from there, very Chucky-esque. You've seen it from the trailer, you know what's going to happen, so it's not really giving it away in that term, but the girl becomes attached to the doll. I call it a doll, the AI prototype or whatever it is, and that AI becomes attached to the girl too, and she's on to protecting the girl in different ways and teaching the girl certain things and taking the role of what her auntie should have took as a guardian. The AI has done it instead. So obviously it's AI. So eventually, what's going to happen is the AI is either going to learn for itself or not understand the human responses, and kind of do its own thing, which it does, and becomes a killing machine. And that's what you saw in the trailer. Now, that being said, because that's kind of the plot of the movie, that's what you would have saw in the trailer anyway. I'm not going to give anything else away. How was the movie filmed? It was filmed fine. I thought it was filmed perfect. Nothing to complain about there. Not really much to complain about any time with these movies unless I'm watching a low budget film and stuff like that. The acting, I thought the little girl did great. I thought the main protagonist was alright as well. The auntie, she was alright. We've seen her in other things before, you know what I mean? There was a few shady bits in this though. When you watch it yourself, the lady's boss at work was particularly rubbish at acting, and his right hand man in the movie was trash too. And I don't like bringing people's acting skills down, but hopefully they see this and go and, you know, positive criticism. You don't have to like me, but he was trash, and he weren't even good at any parts for that acting. But the rest of it was good. There was a solid plot. Was the stuff that could be changed? The stuff that could have been changed. There was a few more details that could have been put in. I don't like the way it ended, but I like the way it ended. So what I will take from is when it gets to the big high risk part of this, it drops pretty fast. So it goes from like, we're here, the AI is a murdering bot, and then it's over with pretty fast. And from when it's over, the movie ends very abruptly. And I'm on about like, you know it's coming to an end, but you're expecting like another 10 minutes of, you know, what happens next and stuff. Like, it ends very abrupt, and I weren't happy about that. And I think that's the problem with movies over the last couple of years. They're not sticking the landing at the end of movies. So you can if you have a great movie that you watch and the ending's trash, it can ruin the whole movie. Man, this didn't ruin the whole movie, but it did bother me a little bit. Guess there's so much you can do with AI and stuff. But what I will say is, based on it being a horror movie, thriller kind of thing, it was one of the good ones. I mean, I complain quite a lot, so I'm aware that it's probably my taste in movies, but no horror movie scares me, and I've been waiting for a movie to give me some kind of feeling. Give me the jump, something. I don't think I've had anything since Paranormal Activity 3, and that's because it was little girls in there. Little girls are always weird. If you put a weird little horror girl in a movie, it's going to worry me a little bit, because, yeah, little girls exist for real, don't it? But, yeah. Hope you guys are going to watch it. I mean, it's been out since January now, so a lot of you probably watched it, so you can probably chop it with me in the comment section. I'd like that very much, and we can talk about it. Movie club's coming soon. I was going to start it last week. We didn't get it started. We're going to start it this week. So anyone, we're going to start a Discord for the movie club as well. I'm going to put a movie in every week or 2 a week, maybe 1 a week, and then we'll find a day, probably Sundays, to chop it up on and go through that movie like a book club would be. You get it, movie club. I've been your boy, Savage. Comment, like, share.